At this point, I'm pretty excited for you because you're actually going to learn how to make a website. I know this is a big mystery for a lot of people out there. There's a lot of internet marketing courses that tell you make a web page that does this and go ahead and create a site that does that. And the truth is, a lot of people just don't know how to make websites. So I've spent a few hours, actually, I've spent a lot of hours condensing this and making this into a course for you to learn in just a few hours. And I learned these techniques in a pretty short amount of time. So I've expanded upon my original learning of websites just to include a few more helpful tricks. A lot of these techniques took me months and months to figure out how to do. And I asked around and finally found someone to tell me how to do it, or I figured out how to do it. So I understand that a lot of these things, maybe you won't realize it, but a lot of these things are really hard to find online. And you just sit around scratching your head wondering how to put an autoresponder code on your website so people can sign up for your autoresponder. You know, you're wondering how to make tables, how to do forms, all kinds of stuff. And I've taken the useful pieces and put them into this course for you. And I wanted to give it to you for free because I realize you can't really do anything unless you know this stuff. So rather than trying to sell you on how to make a website as a course, now I know there are just a few courses out there that teach some of this stuff, and I've never seen a course that teaches all of these details. So it's a really valuable thing, and other people have charged hundreds of dollars for a lot of this information. So I've seen courses with maybe 75% of this information and maybe some other information too, but they've charged five, $600,000 for courses with this types of information. So just realize that this is extremely valuable. Now, I just have two little comments here, and I don't want to spend too long on this because I want you to get into the meat of the course. I've just written importance of basic skills and why create websites. Well, the short explanation for this, and I'm sure you'll realize this over time, is that when you create a website, you're taking a thought from your brain and you're turning it into an asset. After you take it from your brain, you're making something that's tangible. Now, it may not be something that you can see and touch physically without a computer interface, but it's sitting on the hard drive, so it is a real thing that exists outside of your brain. So websites are a very easy way to create an asset, and I talk about that in Perpetual Profits, which is the first course in this site. So if you haven't gone through that course, please go read the virtual estate concept section, because that talks about when you create a website and have web pages and they're on the internet, it's like you own a piece of real estate. You actually own a piece of the internet. So when you create this asset, it's something that you own that's valuable. And and you need the basic skills to be able to do that. If you want to sell stuff online, a website is like the first thing you need as a platform to sell your stuff online. Now, I know there are other ways to sell stuff online through other websites out there, like online auctions and things like that, but the real power is in having your own website. Now, a lot of people will say, why can't you just pay someone to develop a website for you? Well, that's good if you have a lot of money right now and want to just start this thing with a bang, and you can find a good web developer. There's people out there who say they'll design a website for you, but they know nothing about marketing, and they may make a good type of website for like a corporation like IBM who isn't really trying to sell a lot on their website, or for a really polished corporate looking thing, but it won't be a really well selling website. That's the skills that set you apart as an internet marketer. So if you learn the basic website design skills, then you'll be able to tell other people when you do get to the level of hiring other people, you'll be able to tell them how to create the site the way you want it. And just knowing these things gives you the power so that in your mind you can lay out what you want the site to do. And you'll have all the tools to be able to figure out what types of pages are going to be on your site, what the layout of your site is. And it's very hard to do if you don't understand how pages are created. Another thing is you don't want to be at anyone's mercy. You don't want to have to call your web developer and say you need a page up today, and they say they can't do it for a week. You need to be able to do these things. If all else fails, you need to be able to do it. So that's what this course teaches you. So click on the little blue arrow in the right hand corner and go to the How to Create a Website video series, and I'm going to start showing you immediately how we can start creating websites.